Hi guys and girls. It's your girl Living Kirsten. It's about 6 o'clock in the morning and I'm in the middle of my shift at Amazon. Just one of my many side hustles to make sure I get my bills paid and stuff like that. And this is just a side note. I got a prophetic download, but it feels like a movie plot. I actually wrote it down. I'm gonna share it with you guys in just a minute. But just a side note, I'm gonna shoot a day in the life video. It's coming up very, very soon. And I feel led to do that because I know that there's been some crazy speculations, really I want to say rumors, or downright slander and lies about what I do for a living. I've had some of the most weirdest speculations thrown out there. Things like she sells drugs, or she's an escort, or all kinds of weird things. And I'm like, what? I wouldn't even know the first thing about it, you know? But you know, this is one of them. This is Amazon Flex is one of the things I do. I don't know if y'all see, I got 1,000,001 packages in the back. So I don't even know if you can see all that in the back. Yeah, all these packages in the back. It's just, yeah, this is one of my things I do. And once I wrap up here in the mornings, I go home and I have a maintenance business, and I also have a staffing business. So your girl is booked and busy, so I definitely have things to do. And then I'm building my online social media presence and a life coach business. So we'll talk about all that at another time. We'll get into all that later. But anywho, the prophetic download that I got, which again sounds like a movie plot, is this. And then I'm going to get on with my deliveries, because your girl will get in trouble if I am not getting my deliveries done on time. Here's my little app. This is my delivery app showing, you know, my next stop. So anyway, let me go into it. It's about and I wrote it down like a movie plot. I literally wrote movie plot on here. A man who is seemingly down on his luck, probably because, you know, life beat him down over the years. So he accepts a bribe as a hitman, quote unquote. He catfishes a woman and pretends to like her and like the things that she likes, and be the person, like mirror her and be what she needs him to be. Wears a mask, so to speak, right? And ultimately what ends up happening is that he falls deeply in love with her. So he falls in love with the target, you know. But due to his unwavering loyalty and his desire to fit in to his day ones, he chooses to sabotage the genuine and spiritual connection he has with the woman in order to complete his mission, only to eventually discover that not only was he coerced into getting rid of the love of his life, but that there was also a grander scheme that had been at play for quite some time, which was to keep him disillusioned, mentally trapped in his head, sexually confused, and bound to a number of addictions and past traumas and criminal activity, which he was usually coerced into doing, just so there was evidence that could be used against him as bribery whenever he dared to break free from the coven ran by the women and men that claimed to care about him in his life, who basically used him as their right hand because they knew how much of a people pleaser he was, how vulnerable he was, and how much he desired to fit in, and how much he was led by ego and fell victim to his vices. And the real tea was that he was actually the true beneficiary of a large inheritance that everyone had been secretly benefiting from for years, while they worked collectively to keep him in poverty and away from any genuine love connections he would have made over the years. So they would, anytime he would make connections, they would steer him in the wrong direction, tell him, give him bad advice, tell him, hey, make them chase you, or mistreat them, or play mind games, or do this or do that. Like, they would just purposely steer him down the wrong path so that he could not find true love. And ultimately this, made him hardened of heart, made him bitter, and made him no longer believe in love, and begin to sabotage every potential genuine connection that would come along thereafter. Let me see here. Let me go back to this. And another layer to this is that he also had gotten involved through the years with a female that was not good for him, that he had children with, who was also egotistical, toxic, and full of addictions as well, which held him back from his true destiny. And because of her greed, got him into things that ultimately could have cost him his freedom, and would dangle that thing over his head anytime that he wanted to leave her. Let me see here. But one thing about it is that he always felt deep in his spirit that he was special, and everyone else knew this, but they never wanted him to realize this. But he always kind of knew it quietly, secretly, deep down inside, that he was destined for greatness and meant to change the world in some kind of way with his true divine counterpart. And once he realized this and got the help that he needed, it would definitely change the entire trajectory of his entire life and benefit his children, his grandchildren, his entire family, his entire bloodline. It would break generational curses. It would heal his entire bloodline. He would eventually be like Joseph in the Bible, really. But it takes great courage, and he'd have to overcome a lot of things, a lot of the addictions, a lot of the fear, and be okay with upsetting some people initially, having the courage to do that, and trusting that if he knows that he is a chosen one of God, that all things will work out for his greater good in the end. Like, no man can stop what God ordained, destined for his life. It's, it's a little loose because it is, I wrote it down as a movie plot, so it's just a very loose thing, but it came to me like a prophetic download. So I'm going to put down movie plot / prophetic download. And if it resonates with anybody, great, take it, run with it. But if anybody wants to reach out, Warner Brothers, holla at your girl, and we can expound on this, and we can get some characters wrote up, and we can go from there with it as well. But I hope this message finds everybody that watched it well in mind, body, and spirit. Love you guys. I got to get back on the grind because I have a full day ahead. Love you all. Laters. Peace.